Shop talk, shy, shutty up, shy, die, shy, up, shop tie, shutty up, shop talk.
He is Lord. He is Lord. He is risen from the dead, and He is Lord. Oh, every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. He is Lord. He is Lord. He is Lord. He has risen from the dead. He is Lord. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Oh, 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 Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is Can't make me doubt Him. Had to realize that I'm nothing without Him. Yeah, didn't have to do it, but I'm glad He did. Yeah. You made the lame, I made the blind.
What's going on, good people? It is your man D Toll. I want to welcome everybody, and I do mean everybody, to Shop Talk. What is going on? It's another day's journey, and listen, I am glad about it. Many of you know already, my name is Demetrius Toll Free, and you know you can always holler at me everywhere on social media at D Toll Free. Listen, before we do anything, I want to welcome everyone to the show, whether you are watching us live on the Shop Talk Facebook or YouTube page, or whether you're listening to us from one of our radio partners from around the country. Listen, we want to welcome you to today's show. We've got an incredible show lined up for you. Now, you know what you got to do before you do anything. Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Marco Polo, Periscope, Threads, whatever it might be. But you know who you got to tell? You got to tell your mama and them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nuck Nuck them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here, right now on the Shop Talk family of networks. Listen, those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, you're trying to figure out what is it that you are watching. Let me tell you, Shop Talk is that good beauty shop. You know it is, that barber shop, that coffee shop, that nail shop, and even that, thank you, Lord Jesus, that donut shop talk where literally no person and no subject is off limits. Again, my name is Demetrius Toll Free. How do you know? Well, it's because it says so right there. At D Toll Free is how you can reach me on everything social media at DTOLEFREE. And you will be able to find me there. That's on Facebook. That's on Twitter, X if you use it. That's on Instagram, Threads, all of those great things. If you're on social media and you want to holler at your boy D Toll, listen, at D Toll Free is the way to go. All right, y'all. Many of you are probably looking in and seeing that I am streaming from a new location. I am. I've been doing some work in my studio office, and today, finally, we're starting the process of streaming here in this room. The room is not finished, but we're making some great progress. Thanks to my wife, thanks to my daughter, Alea, thanks to good friend Gwendolyn Jackson and her daughter, Dejan Jackson. They all have put together this great effort to transform the place where I work, to make it more user-friendly, to where I can do what I need to do to bring you the best in gospel music, as well as keep you abreast of what is hot and happening in the news. In terms of an early morning shout out, what is going on to Auntie Pooey? Adrian Johnson is in the building. What is going on? Just 7 days shy of her last birthday. We talked about that last week, but she's back with us today, and we are glad to have her hanging out with us. Now, do me a favor. Those of you who are on Facebook, why don't you take a moment in the chat and go ahead and why don't you tag three people that you know are up and moving and shaking that would love to join in with us. Go ahead and do that in the chat. We'll give you a moment to do that. And while you're doing that, let's get ready to bring up our first co-host. Yes, out in the city of Hercules, California, my guy always makes me laugh. He always has he could be funny on purpose, and then he can be funny on accident because of some of the things that he does and says is just absolutely funny. But he is here with us today. Incredible singer, great artist, all around smart person. Thanks to his mama, Yolanda. It is all good. Let's bring him up. My guy, Ja'Cory Procro in the building. Man, what is going on?
Nothing much. I'm trying to get my easy listening voice on because you kind of just flowing through the room. So I'm gonna work on getting me a new mic so I can make that voice kind of just. What's up, y'all? Good morning. I didn't rake some leaves this morning. The garbage man then came. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, I'm not mad at you. And yeah, you know what? The funny thing is, as I was redoing my little space, I was like, I need to go buy this. I need to go buy that. My wife said, boy, you better go and look in
And it was
that
all in
closet,
there.
see what you have, and make something happen. And yeah, so primarily everything I needed to make things happen. I was going to go buy new lights, all kind of stuff. But I had
Wow.
all these things already available to us, so I am grateful. Hopefully, those of you watching, if you're seeing me for the first time, hopefully you like the new look that we're trying to put together. I got a Freedom Radio banner that I had in my garage that I'm using right now.
Wow.
I got a new banner on the way though. I do have a new banner on the way, and then we're gonna do all that we can to make things happen. Early shout out to Rhonda Jones.
Jones.
Rhonda, what is going on? We are glad to have you hanging out with us. We also have, I just mentioned Allegra a moment ago. She is in the virtual building. Want to give a shout out to her, and also want you all to help me pray for her. She had a little bit of a fall a couple of days ago and sprained her ankle. She got a boot on her foot. She scraped up both her
What?
legs and all kind of stuff. So she's cooped up in the house, and so we definitely want those of you who know the words of prayer to call her name out in prayer that she can have a speedy recovery. I told her like, hey, we got a trip coming up in about a week or so. You want me to cancel? She's
Yeah.
like, no, indeed, baby. She said, I'm gonna pull through it, even if I got to take this boot with me. But we will do all that we can to make it happen. Shout out to Dee Dee Felder. Dee Dee in the building. A great supporter of all the things that we do here with Shop Talk as well as our home station, Freedom Radio. We are glad to have you hanging out with us. Last but not least, I can't move on if I don't shout out your mama
Mm-mm.
who is in the building, Yolanda
Yo, mama.
Proto. That would start a whole lot of fights back in the day. But
Right.
yeah, we're glad to have Yolanda Proto in the building and so many more. All right,
And
y'all.
wait, Dito. I
Yeah.
see Maverick Howard and I see Erica Shepherd online. I see some new people on here and they tagging and posting. Leonard Dude, Leonard Bailey. Get some people in the room. We about to have a nice
That's
conversation.
that's that's good stuff. Speaking of Leonard Dew, the Bishop Leonard Dew, I got a chance to see him face to face on Sunday on Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day to all of the mothers who are hanging out with us today, including your mother, Yolanda, who is in the building. Listen, I was out at Scott's for a brief lunch on
Huh.
Sunday. I want to call it brief, but even though we had reservations, it was packed up in there. But anyway, as we was leaving, I got a chance to run into the Bishop Leonard Dew, and he and his mother Sharon Walker, got a chance to see them and be able to make some things happen, have some great conversation. Leonard Dew and I go back a long way. His uncle and I grew up as close friends, and Leonard was always a little kid in the background. But to see what the Lord has done to him and done for him has brought him through the church ranks, and now he holds the office of bishop. And we are grateful to have him as a friend. All right, y'all. With all of that said, Ja'Cory, let's get ready to make some things happen. And as we do, as we always do, we're going to start out with today's National Day. And today I have
Mm.
three. They're short too.
Oh,
Ja'Cory has made us redo our whole show, and for that
hallelujah.
reason, we're shortening our segments. And this particular segment is going to be short, as I only have three. Today's National Day. First of all, this is where my daughter comes in. One of my younger daughters.
Mm.
I only got two, but my oldest of the two. Today is National Third Shift Workers Day.
Oh,
People who work
Jesus.
the third shift. And my daughter, I don't talk too much about her business, but she is making things happen on her own without any help. She has gotten herself a job at Kaiser. She is working at Kaiser in San Jose, and she does work the third shift. She works 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., but she is making
Oof.
things happen. You know what I'm saying? I was telling her yesterday, I was like, girl, you my child, but if I need you to, you'll walk through fire and won't even smell like smoke. And this particular girl gets
Gee.
out. She is my go getter. She makes things happen. So shout out to Alea, toll free. She is a third shift worker. And I just wanted to mention her as we talk about this particular
Oh.
day. And then, secondly, I was hoping Ashley would have been on today because many of you all know that her
Oh.
nickname is Biscuit. Nickname is Biscuit, but today is National Buttermilk Biscuit Day. Today is
Ooh.
National Buttermilk Biscuit Day, and it is odd to the good. I would have loved to have had her be here for that part. But anyway, shout out to all the people who like buttermilk biscuits. If that is your thing, if that is one of the things that you like to help get your day going, today is your day, as it is National Buttermilk.
With syrup, not jelly.
Well, I like
Uh-uh.
mine either
With
way.
syrup, not jelly.
I like it both ways. I'll eat it with whatever is presented to me. You don't get
Oh,
this size with turning stuff down. But whatever it is presented to me,
my
whether it's
God.
with butter, whether it's with jelly, whether it's with syrup, whether it's with eggs and bacon to make a sandwich, whatever
Oh,
it might be, Yeah, I will do what I can to make
The
it
upgrade.
happen.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Whatever I'll do whatever I can to make it happen. Last but not least, in terms of national days, I don't even know why we have to mention this or why we have to have a national day for this, but nonetheless, today is National Decency Day, meaning that if there's any day that you should be decent, I guess today is that day. I don't even know why we have to have a day for that. Every day should be a day of Thanksgiving and being decent. I mean,
Hmm.
it's amazing that we
It's
got
a
to
new
have a special
world.
day.
It's a new
I agree
world.
with you. It is a new world. So, anyway, those are our national days for today. Thank y'all for allowing us to do that. Now, as we get ready to go to our next segment, we do have our next co host who is hanging out with us in the background. We're going to get ready to bring her up out in Charlotte of North Carolina, my homegirl, extraordinaire graphic designer, all around great person, singer. She does so much. She does so many things to make things happen. Just a few days, I think 9 days since her last birthday. We got a chance to talk about that last week as well. But she's here with us. Let's bring her up without further ado. My homegirl and yours, Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda, girl, what
What's up?
is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us. How you feeling?
You looking awfully fresh out here.
Well, I'm just trying to make things happen. Trying to.
Don't he look like he's slimming down? Okay,
I ain't
first,
lost
good
the
morning.
ounce. Yeah,
Good
it's the
morning, good
camera.
afternoon, good evening, wherever you may reside. What happened to that guy? Whether reside. Okay. So, yeah, first you hide your Corey.
Praise the
Your singing,
Lord.
singing self, honey. Singing self. Singing self.
Jesus, thank you.
Toll free, you looking awfully fresh.
Just trying to make some things happen here in the studio, trying to brighten some things up. You do know that that's something you created many years ago. That's in my
I
background.
don't
You do
even
know that.
remember that. Like I was like, oh, that's nice.
You don't remember doing that?
I don't at all.
That's how it is when you make so much stuff for so many people.
I don't
Uh,
remember that. Like, I was like, oh, that's nice. Who did?
yeah, yeah, you
I
made
don't.
that. It is
Your
all
office
good.
looks really nice. Shout out to your daughters. I saw your reel and you posting. This is good. And
Yeah,
you look like you slimming. You getting
I'm
fresh.
not. I'm not.
You
But
do.
no,
You
Oh,
look
thank you.
like it.
you
Camera
supposed
gonna
to say
lie,
I
honey.
was
Look a little
Yeah,
snatched
I
around
I
here.
do
receive.
receive it.
Pause.
I do receive it. I do receive it. I'm not there yet, but thank you for making me smile.
And
That's
I
really
feel a
dope.
little
This
embarrassed, right? It's just
Why?
me. Cause your studio's all. I saw your daughter doing the wall, and I'm a very girl, so I'm talking my hands. I saw your daughter, helping you with your wall. Your daughter and your beautiful wife, and they were doing the wall. Now I feel some kind of way. Tell your daughter, y'all inspired me. Though I feel like I didn't get myself together.
Well, I told you, you all inspired me. I kept saying I need to do better, but I wasn't doing anything to do better. And you all kept inspiring me, whether it was talking about music or whatever it might be. The Shop Talk team inspired me to a point where I just got tired of looking. This room used to be filled with
stuff.
years and years and years worth of stuff that I hated to come in this room, which is why I had been streaming in my kitchen for the longest time because I just hated to come in here. And then I finally got to the point. I said, you know what, Allegra, Alea, Ariana, I'm tired. It's time to make something happen. We came in here pretty much with a dump truck. I felt like dude, dude, dude. I feel like we came in here with a
Wow.
complete dump truck. And we just threw everything away. I gave away shoes. I gave away
Wow.
bags of shirts and clothes. I gave away keyboards, studio monitors, interfaces, microphones. I gave away everything and started afresh. And yeah, so what you saw, and obviously you can't see the whole room, but I'm making strides every day, and I'm doing what I tell people all the time.
That's
I wouldn't take my own advice, and I tell people all the time, do something every day that gets you closer to your goals
That's so
or gets you
good.
closer to your dreams. Do something every day, and I wasn't doing anything, so I finally took my own advice. You all inspired me, and here we are today.
so
Now,
that means you're more available to him because they say once you empty out your storage,
Huh?
you come on. That means
yeah.
that new single is coming. So I'm excited. Praise
Ain't
Well,
it
you
God.
know
coming?
what? I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you think. While we're in that mode, let me give a quick shout out and get ready to bring up our next co-host. Shout out to BTK, as I call him, the Bowtie King, Alan McPherson in the building. Shout out to Rosalind Alberti, who is in the building. I think she's out in Stockton of California. Thanks again. He mentioned, Alan McPherson mentions that the background looks great. Thank you, sir. He's actually helping. He's been helping me. I'm getting ready to put some drapes up. That's my next thing. And so shout
Drapes.
out. Yes, we're going old school. Put up some drapes. Shout out to my dude, Christian David, in the building from Fresno, but I think he's in Boston. Nonetheless, shout out to my homie who finally spoke to me in person, Nicole
Oh
Eason,
Jesus.
in the building. It is all good. And Allegra tells me, she tells me, can you move back so that they can see the green chairs?
Oh
My
yeah.
my fault.
That part.
Let me move out of the way so you can see my podcast backdrop. So yeah, I'm working on it. You can't really see it over there. I got a tree over there in the corner and all kind of stuff. They making me
Very
work over
nice.
here.
Very nice.
Anyway, shout out to Denisha Sexton Dew. I talked about her husband a moment ago, Leonard Dew, but she's in the building. Shout out to my guy, Oscar Johnson. He says, can I give him that double-breasted blue suit? You know what? Anyway, shout out
Oh
to
Jesus.
Eloise Valerie out in Beaumont, Texas. What is going on?
Hey, what's happening?
Glad to have you hanging out. Thank you, little sis Nicole, who says that she thinks the chairs is hot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I
Shout
see
out to
Robin Hodge Williams too. We need to get
Robin
her in
Hodge
here.
Williams. We need to
Yes, we
get
got to
her
get her
in.
in
Ooh,
here
that
We
so
looks
she could
good.
talk about
definitely.
the seminar. We got to get Alfreda and her so we can talk about the seminar too because it looked like
You
it
know what?
was.
We do. We do. As speaking of getting someone in here, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host out. Shout out to Pastor Bill Carter in Sacramento. Let's get ready to bring up my homie. She's out and she's been hanging out. She's been moving, trying to. I think I tried to inspire her too because she wanted to move to a different space and all this kind of stuff. But let's bring up my homie. We can't move on without bringing her up. Also in Hercules of California, the homie. Without further ado, the world traveled. Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
Oh my. It's been a morning. I really was trying to elevate my space and get to a different locale, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. So I'm here. The time that it took me to set up would have been the time that I would have, I would have got myself together because I had some place to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Amen.
But anyway, I am here. Lo, I am here. Okay, lo, I am here. Are we
it
going
is
King
all
James
good.
version on that one? Yes.
Yes. I'm not mad at it. It
Absolutely.
is all
Detail,
good.
let me just say, this looks amazing. This looks
Mhm.
absolutely amazing. You're about we all aspire to be that. In fact, I think that when we get into this next month of June, we have a couple more weeks. We can elevate our spaces. That's my goal. I can't set goals for other people, but that is definitely my goal. And so here's the lesson. Don't try to figure things out right before go time, right? Like if you know that you got to run a marathon and then you just, Saturday morning you stretch a little bit, you like, okay, let's go, but you ain't never run before. You need time to get ready. So my bad for trying to get this new setup today on the day that is go time. And so I learned my lesson. So there's a lesson in that for all of us. Hmm.
That's good
Be
stuff. I love
be
it.
ye ready, be you prepared, get ready, but you got to get ready in advance, right? Instead of,
Absolutely.
yeah. So thank you so much for bringing me on here, and it's good to see Ja'Cory and Yolanda.
What's
Good to
up?
see you all. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love it. So you both, all of you come on at a great time, and shout out to everyone who's hanging out with us. And now those of you, if you haven't done so as of yet, please make sure that you follow us on, well, in particular, I'm trying to get my Instagram numbers up. So y'all help me. If you are on
Aren't we
uh,
all?
if you are on Instagram, do me a favor, hit me up and follow me. And if you do that, like Ashlyn mentioned, like Ja'Cory mentioned, and like Yolanda mentioned, I did put up a reel. I'm not good at doing this, but my daughter made the reel, so all I had to do was just post it. But my
And you did
daughter made a
great.
reel. Thank you.
It was
I
great.
appreciate it. Yeah, so I put up a reel, and you can see some of the transformation that happened here in the room where I am sitting. As a matter of fact, Ashlyn and Jacory, I don't know what you guys are doing at the show, but I am going to Pleasant Hill today when I get out off the show because it is time for me to upgrade my camera that I use in here. So I'm getting ready. This space is going to be multifaceted or multi-purpose.
Oh,
I'm planning
Jesus.
on doing some new podcasts and different things, and so I'm going to buy a new camera specifically for podcasting and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I have a good little webcam, but listen, y'all done unleash something. I'm ready to be as the best person that I could be, and so I'm going to Pleasant Hill,
I
and
love it.
yeah, and there's a Jack's in that area. Well, don't worry about it. Anyway, let's get
I'm
ready.
It
I'm
sure
down.
is.
Look, you know that has that song, I wanna be down with what you're going to. Hey, I wanna be down.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
My
yeah, I'm with you.
God.
I'm with
Mm.
you. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to keep things going. Shout out again to Oscar Johnson. I was talking about my kids did this stuff, and he's saying that's what children are for. And last but not least, in terms of a shout out, David Jones. What is going on, sir? Glad to have you in the building. And David, I think I finally was able to add you as a Facebook friend. Thank you for asking me for that option. And it is all to the good. All right, y'all, let's get ready to move further on. And now let's get ready to quickly do our birthdays. We only have 3 that I saw, and that made sense. So let's get ready to do our birthdays of the day.
Let's go.
First of all, retired football player, formerly of the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Rob Gronkowski, tight end that played for both of those teams, multi Super Bowl winning tight end. Today is his 36th birthday, so shout out to him. Also turning 36, you may not know him by his real name of Woody McClain, but those of you who ever watched the Bobby Brown story, he played Bobby Brown.
Oh
Those
yeah.
those of you who may have watched Power, he played the part of Kane in Power. So you may know
Mm.
him from those roles. So Woody McCain, that young man also turns 36 today. And then last but not least, in terms of birthdays, Bay Area legend, uh, one of the 3 of Tony, the former lead
Mm.
singer Raphael Sadiq. Today is his 59th birthday. Today
Wow.
is his
Yay.
59th birthday. So, Ashlyn, you know what we do. You've been out for a couple of weeks. Jacory's done a great job in your absence. Last week he did a great job. He even turned it into a reel. I seen him on Instagram with a reel. I'm like, how was everybody putting reels out? And so Jacory's been doing it in your absence. But today, Ashlyn, we throw it right back out to you for you to wish someone a happy birthday and encourage them during this season. That means the virtual floor is now yours.
Thank you so much. Look, birthdays are so incredibly special. In fact, if y'all have heard of the Cameo app, you can hire a celebrity to sing a happy birthday. Some people like that. There are so many different ways of celebrating your birthday. You can go out to eat. You could go out to have coffee. You could take a walk. It's been a beautiful, sunshiny day here in the Bay Area, and wherever you are, I hope that there's sun shining. But look, it's really about God's creation. It's not really about what you do, but it's who you are. That's good to me right there. It's not about what you do. Although you can do celebratory things, you got to remember who you are and whose you are. God didn't have to create you. He didn't have to set up the playing field for all the strategies and all the things that have happened in your life. And you may say it's been nothing but mountains and valleys. Well, you get different perspective when you're down in the valley and when you get up into the mountaintop. And so learn from those perspectives and know that God is just trying to train you up. He's just trying to grow you up and shape you up to do the things that he's called you to do. So take it as, you know, God's calling on your life. So look, I don't want to be long-winded, but I get excited about birthdays. So from all of us here at Shop Talk and all our affiliates, happy birthday.
Awesome stuff. Thank you, Ashton. We appreciate you bringing that up and encouraging people during this season. All right, y'all, let's keep things going. And as we do, I want to mention in brevity, uh, that's a good word. I look at the thesaurus every now and then. Anyway, I want to mention in brevity or in brief that Freedom Radio, we're doing things that we're trying to do things outside the box to keep you entertained as well as keep
And
you
engaged.
engaged with what we do. So Yolanda Durant had a conversation with me a couple of days ago, and she always challenges me verbally and does things. And she challenged me. She asked me a question. She said, "What was Freedom Radio created for?" And I said, "This whole platform was created to give people who could not have their voice heard, to give them a platform to be heard." And in
Mm.
doing so, we've been doing this now, as I mentioned last week or a couple weeks ago, as of May 1st, Freedom Radio is now 14 years old. And we've been doing things, we've been having events, and we've been streaming on the radio, doing things like this with Shop Talk for 14 years. Shop Talk is now 10 years old. And again, Ashton and I started this by happenstance after being at the Stella Awards a few years ago, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But here we are, and I said we need to do something to continue to have our voices heard. And so Yolanda and I have taken some time, and Ashton, I know she's going to join in, and Jacory, I know they're going to join in. But we've started what we call a Freedom Faves playlist on Apple Music. Freedom Faves, where we are creating a playlist of favorite music that we have found from around the world and around the country in particular of gospel music. And we've created this playlist. And so, in doing so, let me see if I can get this link in the chat. But if you are an Apple Music user, all you have to do is go to Apple Music. And I think if you just type in Freedom Faves, or those of you who may click this link as I post it, you can just click on that link. It will take you to the Freedom Faves playlist, and you'll be able to see some brand new music that we've been posting, some that we play here specifically on Shop Talk, and some others that we are adding in to give people a voice to be heard, a platform, some artists that you may not have heard of. We're going to do what we can to help promote them and get them going in the right direction to have their voices heard. So I've put that link on there. That's the long link. There is a shorter link that I couldn't get on here. But anyway, the link is on the screen. You can click that. It will take you directly to the Freedom Faves playlist. Ashton, I'm going to invite you to be a collaborator. Jacory, I'm going to invite you to be a collaborator, and we're going to make this thing happen. And we're going to promote people who need their voices to be heard. Ashton, I see you. Yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead, sis.
I don't normally think like this, but because Yolanda is my good sister friend and colleague and how you say constituent, I would like to know Apple Music. I know that not everybody has an Apple apparatus. Are we doing something for the people who don't have Apple Music? I know Yolanda, you just got a new Android phone, right?
Ooh,
That you've been
I
like raving about, right?
don't know about Raven.
Oh, okay. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
So first, yes, because I know everyone are not Apple users, and sometimes in my case, Apple Music can take up a lot of space for your phone. So some people choose to dump it, or some people don't have it. So yes, there will be a Spotify list too, and yes, there will be a Spotify list too. And we'll make sure we have that out by the end of the week, and you can listen to it on either side. And then the Android, yeah, I just simply don't like it. I don't know, how can I say this? Toll free was, part of my deliverance from the Android land. So I don't know how y'all do this. This is so frustrating. The typing along frustrates the tar out of me.
Wait. So you had an Android and now you have an iPhone, or in
So
reverse?
yes, years ago I was a Droid user actually. I was a Droid user, and
Right.
Demetrius actually, before he became a part of Apple Land, before he became a part of their fellowship in the sense of, at the corporation, he was like, I just think you need an iPhone. I terribly did not want to switch then, right? So we're saying years ago.
Gotcha.
And then I switched because I didn't like it. I felt like it would be hard and blah, 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 blah. Well, now I've been on Apple for years.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, which is knowing this is crazy, I'm in both lands at the same time. So even though I'm a graphic designer, 20-year vet, blah, 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 blah. I think that's good to say. It's a good feeling. I actually design on a PC.
Okay.
So people are like, huh? Because I find the PCs they actually sometimes have, they're less expensive to repair than Apple laptops when something goes wrong, right? So I've just been on PC for years, but when it comes to a phone, I do prefer Apple.
Yeah.
So the Droid, the only reason I chose to keep is because when I got it, I got it on because I was trying to we've been talking about condensing our bills. So my internet company, Spectrum, shout out to Spectrum, and they lowered my bill almost by $40. And but then they said, "Oh, we can do this. Do you want a phone? They have mobile plans now." And they said you can get a phone until my bill is only $3 a month.
Oh wow.
So
Well, that's a great deal,
that's a
but
great deal.
is it worth the frustration? Is it, even if it's $3? Is it worth the frustration?
Well, there was some components I didn't know without being long-winded that I only had 14 days to see if I liked the phone. By the time I figured that out, the phone had come. I had turned it on. I didn't know if you take the phone out the box, then you can't. You have to pay to put back on the shelf. It's just like in between issues that I didn't know about. So when I thought about it, and I thought about Demetrius, right, and building credit and building some areas, I thought, you know what, Jesus may be trying to help me do something, learning how to budget better, right? Because in some communities we don't talk about that. So I think it was a whole lot at one time. And the only other reason I actually wanted the line, or I agreed, is because I'm evolving. I think I was already here with content creation, but working with spaces like the Lemon Heads and other spaces, I felt like I was evolving. And my phone, my poor iPhone, it takes so much data, in the sense of holds so much. So the Droid felt like another great way to do that. But I what's frustrating for me is the typing. I don't know why it's frustrating, but frustrating texting is just like, what? But there are some bonuses. Like I was able to download Apple Music on here. The battery life on here is insane. Right. I literally listened to Pandora for almost 8 hours on this device. It did not die.
Wow. I
So
think
yeah.
the bottom line is that we're always going to have an Apple, Samsung, or Apple, iPhone, Android. It's always going to be a battle, right? It's always
Always.
going to, and also remember, this is also marketing. This is a marketing strategy,
Mhm.
okay? And so the more that we talk about it, the more that we compare, the more that we have these outbursts, Apple versus right? That we're giving them free marketing like we are right now. But I was just curious about the phone. But as long as we have Apple phones and Android phones, it's just like, sugar grits and salt and pepper grits. The war is never going to be done. It's never going to be over, because people are always going to have their opinion on which side of the of the spectrum they are. And that's okay. That's okay, because
Yeah, totally.
people are passionate
Totally.
about what they care about. They want to prove that they're right. I didn't bring that up for us to talk about it, Dito. I see your face. I was just merely saying, amen.
Yeah, the
I hear
Droid
you.
thing is just interesting. I don't know. I can see the frustration. But my sister, she's been a Droid user for years. She refuses to switch.
Yeah.
Refuses.
Hmm.
So, but this is what I also thought about. I could have upgraded to the iPhone, but who's gonna complain about a $3 bill? Okay, so
Well,
Yeah.
I,
I'm with
I
you.
would, I would if it was
I,
thank
me,
I'm
would, but I'm
I'm
just
not mad at it. Nicole Easton chimes in. She says that she thinks that Androids only. She says Androids have the best pictures, and I can't complain on it. I cannot argue that.
pictures are good either.
I've seen the pictures on Androids versus some iPhones, and yeah, I mean we may be catching up in that aspect. Anyway, speaking about catching up, let's get ready to talk about what was asked of David Jones, and he must be prophetic or must have the Holy Ghost, because we were going to mention this at some point in the show, and that is about American Idol. Now, I will admit I have not caught up with the season. However, I know that Jacory has been keeping up, and he's well versed. Ashlyn, I know, has probably been keeping up. Yolanda, she's always well versed in anything music. But Ashlyn, Jacory, Yolanda, well, Jacory, I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna punch it over to you to get us going into this
Mm.
conversation about American Idol. What seems to be going on?
Well, I'm a little pissed because honestly, I felt as though they had one of the next best voices on there, which they got. Don't get me wrong, they got a lot of good talent on this year, and I haven't watched in many, many years, but I kind of gravitated to it because there's some people on there that I know. But they let Gabby Simone, I don't know if anybody was watching, but for me, she sparked my heart, kind of like a Whitney Houston voice. It was the voice. They voted her off last week, and now we're supporting our bro from Sunday Best, Ashland's. I think he was like second or third the year she was on Sunday Best. Did I say that right this time? Because I always say it wrong. But we're pushing for Jamal Roberts to win. But I'm just really curious as to what is the sound of America, what they're listening to, because it just seems very okie dokie to me, and I'm a bit over it.
Yeah, I was really sad. I was really sad to see Gabby go. And you know what? I want to just take a minute to really just truly acknowledge her and acknowledge that, because being on a, national, international, syndicated show, whatever, like American Idol, like Sunday Best, you go with the intent of winning, right? You go with the intent of people are encouraging you, they're pumping you up, you got cheerleaders, you got families, you got all these people that are behind you, and so you go in there with the intention, for the most part, of winning and making it, the best experience for you. But in regards to Gabby Simone, Gabby, I didn't win I didn't win Sunday Best. I came in fourth, and it still changed my life forever. It changed my life forever. It launched me into a career that I may have never started myself, or I may have never had, because of that incredible platform. So I want to take a minute to just encourage you, Gabby. Be encouraged, young lady, young queen. We see you. We see you, we hear you, we feel you. We are cheering you on. There is nothing that you can't do now unless you get in your own way. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know you personally, but you seem to me like somebody who is driven and who is gonna push forward. And I just want to encourage you to do that, because what you do now is going to be the difference maker in how far or how high you travel, right? Because American Idol gave you a platform. What did Corey call it? A launching pad.
Yeah.
Okay, a launch pad. But now what you do with that opportunity and that platform is going to be up to you. Build your team. Get you a good manager. I'm talking about you can have your pick of the litter now because of who you are, because of what you just did. Go get you a good manager. Get you a good booking agent. That might not be the same person, a manager and a booking agent. Get you some good, solid people around you who are not only going to be your cheerleaders, but they're also going to be your accountability partners, because you need people to hold you accountable with the decisions that are getting ready to be made.
That's so good.
So we love you. I know that you already had a career before American Idol. Don't get it twisted. Gabby Simone was not just unknown. We've known about her. So this is just another step in your career. So be encouraged, keep pressing. The opportunities are going to come, the doors are going to come. Not every opportunity comes from God. So this is why you need a solid team around you to support you and carry you to this next level. But be encouraged, daughter. You did a wonderful job. Absolutely.
Before Yo-Yo, I also wanted to say that a lot of fans are fuming. I don't know if anyone saw this on Facebook, but Carrie Underwood made some very odd remarks to Jamal Roberts in his performances. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but Jamal Roberts has been killing the whole stage. And she kind of came at him like, oh, use the whole stage. You got the other two contestants that are there, they don't move. They stand there and they don't move. This boy sings.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they're going to vote her off of the show for next year. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I do want the Christian community to get on board, because it looks like we're not voting. And also, if American Idol ever sees this, we see it here on Pacific Standard Time, and we can't vote here. Every time I got ready to vote, it was just like, oh, it's closed. So I thought
Wow.
that was a little excuse me, in Jesus' name. But yeah, let's get behind Jamal and push, because the thing is, if we don't vote, it won't
Yeah.
happen.
But can I
Absolutely.
offer this thought? First lady hat today. So here's the other thought. Here's what I've learned, and I shared this with Ashland going on. Sometimes you don't win because God wants to save your life. And what I know to be true, not necessarily from being on that stage, but from being connected to people like Ashley, like other people who've been on that stage, back room, very difficult conversations. Sometimes I mean, I'm not scared of nobody. Sometimes it is rigged. Sometimes it's not set up for you to win. Sometimes that's not a God component. Sometimes there are other people pulling strings that you don't know that are pulling strings. And I think in some cases, I know that doesn't feel good. I know that doesn't sound good. And this is just for artists in general. Sometimes you have to be very thankful and grateful for the doors that God allows to close, because you don't know what's ahead, and you don't know what people may or may not end up dealing with, right? And sometimes their no is God. Ooh, thank you. Sometimes their no is God's yes. And so I highly agree with Ashlyn to make sure that you have good people around you, not yes people, not your friend Nug Nug and Pookie and them who've been friends with you for 10 years, because your friends may not necessarily be the right people to walk with you down this path. You do have to take these moments and turn them into gold. You cannot sit on it. You cannot wait. You have to move while you have the move. I saw an interview, my other favorite show this morning with Snoop Dogg, and he said something so good. He said, when I was around, there were not multiple rappers, so we all sounded different. No one had the same sound. I thought this was so good. He said, but now there are 10 people that sound the same. And it takes longer to climb through to find great music or to find great talent or to find what is real. You cannot fake. You cannot fake connection. There's a tour that went down. I know we're going to talk about that. Connection cannot be faked. It is felt. We know when you are faking. We know when this is not real. All I'm saying to you or anyone else is, do not be mad. Don't go on social media. They let me go. There is something divine that God does that we do not always see. I'm sure I have to eat these words. Be okay with it. Be graceful. Be a good sport. And before you know it, something else that's bigger and better. Ask Jennifer Hudson.
Uh,
It doesn't,
that's
it just, it doesn't feel good. And then shout out to Jamal. I think he's a great kid, very, very talented. And I hope it does whatever it's supposed to do. But I do agree with Jacory. We should get behind. We should vote. Talk, pray more, talk less.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm with you. I like that. That's all good stuff. And shout out to my guy James Pugh on that's hanging out with us. We've got Kenneth McDaniels, Pastor Kenny McDaniels, in here hanging out with us. Patrick Foster, what is going on? Glad to have you hanging out. And all these people are commenting and clapping their hands and agreeing with you, Yolanda, with the things that you are saying. As I mentioned at the outset when I brought her on, Yolanda is a definitely all around smart person. Listen, let's absolutely let's keep things going, and in doing so, there is a tour, or maybe was a tour, as Yolanda alluded to, that was preparing to happen. That is going through. I don't know. It seems like some of the dates have now been canceled, which is I want to make sure I'm saying this right. The Live, Breathe, Fight tour.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the correct
Yeah,
pronunciation of
that's
it?
good.
Live, Breathe, Fight tour. Looks like some of the dates have been canceled. That tour, which was featuring, it was featuring Ty Tribbett. It was featuring
Pamela May,
Kiara Sheard. It was Keith. It was and featuring her mother
Erica,
Karen Clark Sheard. I'm trying to think of these names off the top of my head, but it was
Erica.
also featuring Erica Campbell, Tamala Mann, and her husband, Mr. Brown. They all were going to be on this tour, and seems like some of the dates have now been canceled. Also, want to give a shout out to Lenora Jones, who is in the building here in the Bay Area. I said Lenora Jones. Actually, it's Lenora Rogers, who is in the building, as well as Gay Harris in the building, and so many others. Sounds like
Sounds like.
Sounds like the Unalive died and lost tour. Anyway, I know I get it. I knew what she was trying to say. Anyway, Pooey is trying to cut up. Anyway, so I mean, here we have this incredible tour that to me felt like a spinoff from the reunion tour.
Last 2. Mhm.
Yeah, it felt like a spinoff for the last 2, and of which I attended both reunion tours.
Amazing.
Yeah, they were amazing. And so this felt like it was going to be a spin-off, but now all of a sudden, Ashlyn, Jacory, and Yolanda, now it has been canceled. Jacory, I'll start with you and work my way around. What's your thought on this, man? This whole tour, I thought it was going to be set to be nice, but tell me your thoughts, man.
I have a lot of different thoughts because I honestly just went to the tour for the legends, the Lady Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, and who was it? Stephanie Mills. And I'm gonna be honest. It was nice to see some of them, but some of them need to sit down. Because my thing is, I felt at the end of the day, I had just paid somebody's rent and they didn't really give me what I was supposed to. But that's my take on that. But on this other tour, I mean, I just think we've seen all of these people already. I've seen Tamala Man with Kirk Franklin. I see Karen Clark and Kiki every time I come on social media. So for me, I wasn't going anyway. But at the end of the day, I think it's a new season with tours and how we do gospel music, and we need to come together and make it work. Because if you're about to do a tour, you need to know in advance so that we don't see you everywhere. So hey, we want to buy the tickets. You know what I'm saying? But if I could see you, like right now, you used to see me sing everywhere. Now, if you don't come see me at Genesis Church, you ain't gonna see me. I'm not at 15 different churches to where I can say, oh, I can put out a ticket and maybe people will pay $25, $30 to hear me. But if you're just too common, it's a waste of time. And then it's just too many people on these bills. Because that I just paid for to go see Patti LaBelle, it didn't make no sense for her to be singing in an off key, and the tickets was $200. I'm just got to be real. If I'm paying that much, you better sing my drawers off. Sorry.
Ashlyn, I throw it out to you. Ashlyn, I throw it out to you.
My. All right.
Right. Jacory is being the real Jacory today. So, Ashlyn, throw it out to you. What's your thought on this?
Okay, so I went online. You know me, I'm your researcher. You're a resident researcher. And here's what they said. We are deeply grateful for your support and excitement around the upcoming Sprint tour, which makes this announcement especially difficult. We regret to inform you that due to a combination of unforeseen circumstances, the upcoming tour has been canceled. While this isn't the outcome any of us hoped for, we want to thank everyone who planned to attend and believed in the journey. The decision was not made lightly. The spring tour faced unexpected challenges that made it difficult to deliver the kind of experience we believe you deserve. That said, we're moving forward. All tickets will be fully refunded via the original payment method. We remain committed to reconnect with you in the future and bringing new tours and experiences for you to enjoy. Thank you for your understanding, your support, and your belief in us. We look forward to seeing you soon. With gratitude, the artists of the Live, Breathe, Fight tour. And that was who you said, Karen Clark, Erica Campbell, The Mans, Ty Tribbett, and Kiera Sheard. Look, Yolanda just said backroom conversations. We never know what it is. It could have been a promoter. It could have been the money wasn't right. It could have been the ticket sales. It could have been the venues. It could have been so many things. And there's I'm not going to say the other thing that I want to say because I don't want to go down that road of that opinion. I don't even want to make that opinion. But you never know who is in high places that might not want this kind of a tour to go because it's a conflict of interest. I don't want to say too much about that, but I want y'all to use your imaginations. You just never know when somebody might be saying, I don't want this to go forth because it's going to...
Gatekeepers?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Gatekeepers?
Gatekeepers. It could be gatekeepers, but it could be people that have similar tours, or it could be people that have a vested interest in their own tour. This is coming at a point where there's not another tour announcement like this. So this would do very well. I believe this tour would do very well. And I'm sad that this is not going forth. But like I said, you just don't know what is going on behind the scenes. It might not just be super simple. It could be simple, but it might be something a little different. But I don't know. It's just literally my opinion and my thought process, because I've been in rooms where people are like, "No, you can't do that because we're doing it." But it was my idea. Well, it don't matter. You can't do that because we're doing it now. And I had this idea and I shared it, and now they have the finances to go to put it where it needs to go, but I don't. And so they steal the idea by putting the finances, and they do it before I do. It happens all the time. So we love these artists. We are praying for them. I pray that this is not a financial burden on these artists. I pray that the finances that they were going to reap from this tour come in other ways, and that they get creative. Maybe this is the time to release a new book. Maybe this is the time to start a new podcast. Maybe this is the time to get a new sponsorship. You just never know what it is, but keep it moving. Exactly, Jacory. Keep moving forward.
Absolutely. I'm with you. Listen, before we get out of here, we're almost out of time, but we just had a break in from the ATL, which was one of those stops that was supposed to be on that tour. Let's bring up real quickly Emetrius Hunter in the building. What is going on, Emetrius? Man, where you been? What's going on?
Listen, I mean, I'm so tardy for the party. I do apologize. It's just so much been going on. Hello, everybody. Hallelujah morning. I'm just excited right now. Just really quick. I'll go more into it probably next week. But I have on my shirt with one of my company shirts. So in March, we did a soft launch, and I have started a business called Michi's Community Outreach, a nonprofit business that caters to community efforts to help with the homeless population, provide direction of services and different things of that nature. Not knowing someone that I was really close to and became really friends with, just over the past course of 6 months or so, actually has his own 501(c)(3). And so also with that, so he decided to partner up with me to help me get funding. So I was just on another meeting. We're doing another event in August, and doing my business will be licensed, and we'll be able to go forth and do some more community outreach and kind of help rebuild Atlanta, and then plan our tour for community tour outreach as well.
Nice.
Awesome stuff, man.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah,
thank you so much. So
I'm
I'm excited. I'm excited. The people are excited. Sometimes you never know who is standing beside you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Never know who's standing beside you. Never knew anything. Me and this person, we just became friends. We go to the same church, and we see each other. It was just like, hey, he's like, I like your style. I was like, oh, thank you. He was like, oh, he sings the choir, He had wanted me to lead a song. I was like, sure. And so we just kind of, a relationship built, not knowing any of his background or anything. But sometimes when you're just being kind and genuine to people, they'll just step in. Like, I didn't ask for anything. He just stepped in. Oh, what's that?
What is it?
It's
Comedy and Cookout.
It's probably backwards. I mean, we always support J Red. I just saw the flyer, but never mind. As you were, because we are out of time. So
yes, we are out of time.
Take us on.
Michi, are you going to LA? Are you going to LA? Will you be in LA on the 20th for Travis Malloy?
No.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Because I have to go to LA that following week. I'll be in LA that following week.
Oh, I'll be there that following week. Look me up.
Okay, I will. I have to be there on the 30th. I do actually have tickets. If anybody needs tickets, I do actually have tickets. I was able to get Malloy tickets from Travis Malloy. He actually gave me 5 complimentary tickets. So I've already given away 3. I think I have 2 left.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so
we'll get a chance to talk about it as we're getting ready to get out of here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Don't forget, Stellar Award nominations are open. We are not nominated this year,
Yes.
but Stellar nominations are available. Just go to thestellarawards.com. That way you can be able to cast your vote for your favorite radio station, your favorite artist, your favorite radio personality, and be able to help them be able to gain an award. I wish I could have showed y'all our nomination plaque that I still finally put on display. I got an awards case over here, and I finally was able to put it on display. But listen, it's time for us to go. And as we get ready to go, as I mentioned earlier in the show, that helped me get to where I am trying to get to, and that is do something every day that gets you
Every
closer
day.
to your dreams. Do something
Absolutely.
every day that gets you closer to your dreams. Listen, we're not out of conversation. We're only out of time. But till the next time on this same Shop Talk Network, at this same Shop Talk time, on behalf of Ashlyn Cole, Ja'Cory Prothro,
I will do
Yolanda Morant, and Demetrius Hunter, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. Till the next time, you know how we do it. You can help us say it. I'll holla.
it.
Hello.
Woo!